There's been a dramatic incident on the high seas. Many people are suspicious of this case. The accident is caused by humans. Some people also find out that it is because of the perfect price of gold. That's the end of the high seas. 54% of Lynn and 22% of Lynn. What happened to Maury? This is Lynn, who can do this for you. And that's one of the few things that you can do in the world. She doesn't like it. But in Japan, they are suffering from self-harm. She can only do it the right way. Spend a beautiful time with the baby. The end of the case. Sen wants to go. Before leaving, Lin Sen's roommate was killed. Himself on the coast of Lock. Nearby waiting for him to message. Once they're going to Brock. The first new place on the mountain. The coast is more than 30 kilometers away. The day before the case. Lin Zhang sent a message to the buyer. She's going to spend 6 nights with Maiko. Come back in the morning. Most Lin gave away one. I can't touch the honey. She if you haven't received my messages yet. It must be at noon on the 3rd. 12, give me a call. At dawn. The accident happened. The one named after the chicken pox. The boat suddenly veered off course. 100 miles off the coast. The first time the ship was shipped. The mother and son are the best on board. It left people with a lot of doubt. 8 days later. A Chinese ship named Xing Yuanfang is in. There was a floating boat on the sea. The ship will put the sack on the ship. There are a lot of people lying in the face. He is Sen. Look, the baby has been floating at sea for a long time. This is a rescue video provided by the Chinese Navy. Sen is wearing a life jacket. They joined forces and pulled him to safety. Ming can see that it's just him. Go to sea with him. Where is the mother at the moment? Rescue soon. The Coast Guard just pulled the trigger. What happened to them?
There was a funny noise in the engine compartment. I looked and saw a lot of water. So I got to the life raft after I got my bearings, and I was whistling and calling and looking around. When I saw the life raft, I did not see my mom.
He had a horrible accident and the ship sank. He was separated from his mother. China International ship reported to the police. The son of the forest is widowed. The loss of his mother made him feel especially sad. The police didn't want to put Ren on Sentinel. You all know Sen Neng. A description of the event. It's not easy anymore. They feel sorry for him. The sea extends to the ground. More than a week. The police have been trying to find. This is what Maury's mother is doing. The test results in Lin's loss. Do you have any warranties? I didn't have enough food and water. There were also other life rafts on board. The police say there's very little chance that he's alive. They soon released their search and rescue. So let's focus on him and the description of a mother's life at sea. They sent me a confession. There are a lot of suspicious places. Before the sinking. He seemed to be ready for it. Not only did he wear a life jacket. Big bag with food. So it took a lot of big, expensive boats. So much for escaping. Why doesn't it exist? Provide a life jacket. Or just pull up the button and escape together. The other thing is the Coast Guard's response. Case study, Lin and Maury's boat. There is no need to go out and ask for help. It's too strange. It's a matter of life and death. Mother and child can be used anywhere, just need to be shipped. You can place an alarm for help with one click. The suspicion of the police. Here's how Maury works. The ship sank in about 30 minutes. They don't have enough tools to touch them for help. The police want to go down in the warehouse. He was rejected in the spirit of losing his mother. So Lin's family is dying to know. Was this incident really an accident? Sen asked the insurance company for a refund. The inspector of the insurance company. Just as the mother and son went out to sea. In front of the warehouse. Those who have eyes have seen Maury alone. Brock's skin, remove the exterior of the ship. Barley. People who are not familiar with this kind of technology know that. The method is easy to cause holes in the hull. The investigator immediately asked Sen about this. This is where Maury soon tells him to be. Removed hull. But did he deliberately break the ship? He is different from the Yu family. Insurance company claims $8.5 in losses. But they were all rejected. The insurance company actually. The same reason for refusal was given. Instructions from others. The sinking of these ships was not an accident. And there's no such thing as criminals. If the insurance company's law is wrong, why do you want it anyway? Destroying his own boat on purpose? So what's he doing? The police are investigating. Sen's mother didn't even have 100. Lin's father was. Landlords in Connecticut. A millionaire. He passed away 3 years ago. Leaving us $4,200. This is a 4-year-old girl. And that includes Samori's mother, Lin. Case report Ho. Lynn's sisters filed a civil complaint against Maury. And they all agreed that he was the one who did this. So what happened on that boat? And the police were very aware of this. The mother and child were already there before leaving the warehouse. There was disagreement over the destination. Maury wants to go to the coast. 100 miles away. But Lynn wanted to be on the coast. 20 miles to go. Because other ships don't fit together. Everyone can't understand what Lynn and Zizi are doing. We set sail at PM on Saturday night. We sailed 100 miles off the coast. It's impossible for them not to know. There are many huge orders for shipping. The depth of the investigation. The police have unearthed a shocking story. We've already done this once. They traced it back to 3 years ago. Another case of. This is a case of shipping accidents. Offers new ways to solve the case. That's not his mother. The best person alive. Tongji was also his grandfather before he died. The best person to pick up. Before the birth of the family. He was the one who came to me the most. It's a coincidence. It's another sentiment. Sen's grandfather died in cold blood. The case was shocked for a while. The Connecticut community. On the eve of the accident 3 years ago. Lynn's 87-year-old father was among them. There's a woman in the middle of 3. Died in his own bed. None of these cases were ever solved. But they didn't guess. The cause of death of the old rich man is 100% related. Due to some of his family members. His value in death is much higher than his value in life. And Lynn is one of the women. One of the beneficiaries of the 1,000. If he dies too. This part is the best. Fell into the hands of his son, Maury. I was born in Grandpa Maury's case. The police issued a search warrant for Samson's house. And they found some clues. I don't know why. It's got GPS and hard drives on it. The police checked him again. The accident is not in the future. In addition, Sen's grandfather was caught by a 38. The sudden steps of the mouth. Before the police investigation. The barn is ready. A handful of 38 sudden steps. They suspect that this is the weapon of the crime. The police asked Sen to hand him over. The walking distance is the road. See if he follows him to death. Grandpa's step, matches. Maury actually bought that one for 3,000. He messed with the value of the dollar. Check period. The police raided Sen's house. The villagers are very afraid of him. Some people called him the hand boy. If someone wants to replace him, it will definitely be fried. Some are even desolate. Hire private security to watch out for him. Why are you so afraid of the forest? And the reason was something that happened to him when he was a kid in high school. Maury danced a knife to his peers at school. He has a colleague as a human being. The police have found too much trouble. It's his grandfather's. They already have sufficient reason to arrest him. But the prosecutor has a different opinion. They said that the police submitted the report. Not enough to charge Sen with murder. So he was never arrested. It has been 3 years since the case of Grandpa Maury. A journey of a mother and son. And then the police sapped him back. This is the second accident. But so far, the police can still find no evidence. It is clear that he has betrayed his mother. Lynn's 3 sisters have been tolerated. They've done something that's never been done before. It was submitted to the court. The civil affairs of his nephew. As long as Maury has any kind of carnage. The law was passed down to his grandfather and mother. You can see it in the courtroom. Lynn's sisters' request. The court declared that Maury was a killer. The reason why he committed this heinous crime. It's out of desire and greed. This guy's father suddenly showed up. It's okay to be in the public sector and to make sure that the child is innocent.
They're the 2 closest people to my son in the world. And let me just say this, there's no way he would ever injure either one of them.
He hoped that everyone would not overlook one thing. The reason why Maury has some suspicious behavior is that it's not because he lost someone. It's because he has autism. Anyway. So far, there is no cause for the accident. Be arrested or charged with any wrongdoing. He lives alone in home in Vermont. Recently, Maury submitted an application to the court. Ask for a civil order there. Yourself in the case. As of today, the police are still investigating the case of his mother and his grandfather.